So for this question, the third part, the question now wants the value of this account to be 5,000 on 2 December 2003. The question went on to ask you to find the interest rate per month. So that means it's no longer 0.5%. I need to find the interest rate. But before we just jump into conclusion, now do take note that this is 2 December, 2nd December 2003. What does that really mean, right? On 2 December 2003, do take note that you will only have the interest up to November 2003, right? The interest in November 2003 you will still have, but in December 2003 will not have that interest because it's not at the end, right? But not just that, not just interest up to November 2003, they will also have the $100 that you add on 1st December 2003. So keep that in mind, okay? A bit tricky, yeah? Okay, and it still starts from January 2001, and then let's get going. So if I want to use this particular amount at the end of the month, I need to note all this 1.005 will no longer be correct. I can use X, and then my job is to find X, then thereafter find interest rate. Then, the number of months, if I use the amount at the end, I will only use up to November 2003. So up to November 2003, it should just be 35 months, because the December 2003 will be 36 months, yeah? Okay, so on that note, I'm going to use this table, amount at the end, where n equals to 35, and then I'm going to plus $100 because that's what happened on the 1st December. So with that in mind, let's get going, and I wrote it down here. Okay, interest generated up to including November 2003, that's 35 months. Let's let the new overall percentage be X. Amount of money at D, or maybe on, 2 December 2003. This is the amount of money by the end of November 2003. And don't forget, I'll need to add $100 because this is what happens on 1 December 2003. So with that, actually, I'm going to rewrite a new GP. Okay, all the way to x to the power 35. And if you can see, this is still a GP, but the first term is 1. And now it's not a total of 35 terms because here it's considered one term as well, right? So there are 36 terms. Okay, and then this is just like that. Take note where you write the power, okay? Okay, and the question was this amount of money. They say they want to find the account that that reaches 5,000, right? So I'm just going to equate this to 5,000. And your job is to solve. Now, take note that you cannot use table anymore because this x may not be an integer. And quite unlikely to be an integer anyway because this is we're finding a percentage. Okay, so with that, let's get started with sketching the graph. So your idea here is to use graph. To use graph, there are different ways of doing. You can sketch two graphs, one on the right, one on the left. Alternatively, my suggestion is to bring all to one side. Okay, if we bring all to one side, equals to 0, so you sketch this as y equals to, and all I need to do equals to 0 means you find the x-intercept. Okay, so go ahead, use a calculator, find x-intercept. You should expect your x value to be around 1 because we're looking at the overall percentage. So if you use your GC, which I'm not going to show you a graph, you should get x equals to 1.017958 and so on and so forth, okay? This is the overall percentage if you recall, right? So what will be the interest? Remember, huh? So therefore, we have to minus away, okay, maybe you convert this to percentage first. Therefore, the overall percentage is 101.7958%. Therefore, what is the interest rate? You will minus 100%, right? Minus 100%, so you get 1.80%. If you round up to 3 SF, and then we leave our answer in terms of percentage.